Hello friends and welcome to YouTube channel Freedom Tech. And in this session what we are going to learn? In this session we are going to see how to access any web hosting provider database with your local host. Okay, means suppose you want to send your local data to online MySQL server, which is basically any of the hosting provider MySQL server, and you want to send your local machine data to that particular web hosting provider MySQL server. So how to this? So in this video we are going to see how to do this in practically. But before we move to our practical, friends, if you learn something from our videos, please consider to subscribe our channel. Okay friends, so let's start. So friends, for that we are going to use here a GoDaddy web hosting. Okay, and we are going to use a GoDaddy web hosting MySQL database server. Okay, so simply open your account dashboard. As you can see, this is what my account dashboard. As you can see here, it says the dashboard. Okay, and on your dashboard you need to go inside the cPanel admin. Okay, so this is what the dashboard GoDaddy, as you can see, dashboard, and here it is. As you can see friends, this is what the cPanel admin for your hosting. Okay, so simply you need to click on this cPanel admin button. Okay, and it will open your cPanel admin. Okay, so I have already opened. So simply you want to go inside your dashboard, then after you need to click on cPanel admin and it will open the GoDaddy cPanel admin, friends. Okay, so this is what our cPanel admin page, as you can see, cPanel. Okay friends, so this is what our cPanel, and here we need to go inside the remote MySQL. As you can see, remote MySQL. Okay, so simply we are going to click on a remote MySQL. So friends, just click on it. Okay friends, now here as you can see, add access host, and in this section, in host box, we need to mention our public IP address. Okay, so in my case I want to know my public IP address, so simply we are going to go and just open the site tab or another tab in our Google Chromium browser. Okay, so simply we are going to search for my IP. You need to search for the my IP and it will just show your public IP address. Okay, so check your IP address. Okay friends, so as you can see, this is what my IP address. You have to check your public IP address, then simply copy that IP address, copy it, and after that you need to paste that IP address here in host. Okay, so simply copy it and paste here. Okay, so this is what the public IP address. In comment section you need to simply enter any text. So I am going to mention Freedom Tech, that's it. So you need to add your public IP address. Okay friends, so then after you need to click on this add host button. As you can see, this is what the add host. Simply click on add host, and as you can see friends, in MySQL databases now we have basically add our host to allow to connect with our remote MySQL database. Okay friends, so friends, we have successfully add our host. Now we need to go again on our cPanel. Okay, so simply as you can see, we have add our host, then simply click on here. Okay, it will open our cPanel default page. So now we are on our cPanel, and here we need to go inside the MySQL database. Okay, so simply we are going to scroll down here, and friends, as you can see here in statistics, as you can see, this is what the statistics, and in statistics we need to click on the MySQL databases. As you can see, this is what the link, MySQL databases. So simply we need to click on MySQL databases, and it will open the MySQL databases page. And here we need to create a new database. Also we are going to create the new user for that particular database to allow to access the database from our local host. Okay, so first we need to create the database. So simply create the database. So I am going to create the database. I am going to give the name Freedom Tech. Click on create database. It will create the database. So it's creating. You can see added the database Freedom Tech. So we have successfully created our database. Again click on just go back. Okay, so now we want to create, or basically we want to add the user. So simply scroll down. Okay friends, and as you can see here, it is what the MySQL users, add new user. We want to create the new user, so simply I am going to create the Freedom Tech as the user, and I am going to mention the password. Okay friends, so I have created the new user. Also I have mentioned the password. Again retype the password, then simply click on create user. It will create user, it will create a new user. Okay friends, so it's creating. And friends, now we have successfully created our new user also. Again click on go back. Then friends, just scroll down this MySQL databases pages. Okay, just scroll down, scroll, and come to the add user to databases section. Okay, as you can see, add user databases section, and here we need to add our user to our database. So, okay friends, so simply in user sections we need to select our user which we just created. So I have created a Freedom Tech is a user and database is a Freedom Tech. As you can see, the Freedom Tech is user and also Freedom Tech is databases. Now simply click on the add button. It will add our Freedom Tech user to our Freedom Tech database. Okay, and here as you can see, manage user privileges is page now open. Here we need to select just all privileges. Okay, so just check the all privileges and allow to all privileges to our user Freedom Tech. And then friends, just scroll down this page and click on make changes. Okay, simply click on make changes. Now as you can see, success. Now our changes is saved. Now we can able to access created new database using a new user. Okay, so I have created here a Freedom Tech as a database. Also I have created a Freedom Tech as a user. Okay, now we are ready. So now friends, we are going to open the Tony Python ID. Okay, so I am going to simply minimize this browser and I am going to open the Tony Python ID. As you can see, and here we need to first install the package for use for MySQL connector. Okay, so we are going to simply install the package. You have to open the terminal. Okay, like this way. This is what my Raspberry Pi 4 machine. In Windows machine, of course, you can use a Visual Studio Code or any editor. Okay, so simply we are going to run the command sudo pip3 install mysql connector -python. This is what the package which we are going to install. So okay friends, mysql connector -python, just hit enter. It will install mysql connector -python package. In Windows, of course, we don't need a sudo. Simply run the command pip3 install space mysql connector -python. It will install the package. Okay friends, so I have already installed it. And then of course open the editor, and then we are going to mention import mysql.connector. Okay friends, after that we are going to mention the mydb as a variable. So mydb is equal to mysql.connector.connect, then bracket we are going to mention the host name. So friends, in host, which host basically we are going to mention, for that we want to go again on our cpanel, and in cpanel, as you can see friends, here the share IP address. So basically we want to mention this share IP address inside the host. Okay, So host is basically that particular share IP address, so you have to mention that IP address here. Then username is freedom tag and the password and database is freedom tag. Then simply we are going to print mydb. Okay friends, now we are ready and we are going to test our connection. So simply click on run button, and as you can see friends, it means we have successfully connected with our local host to our remote MySQL database. Okay friends. So friends, now we are going to insert the table inside our database. Okay, so for that we need to create here first a cursor. So I am going to use here a as a variable, and inside that a we are going to create our cursor. So mydb, this is what our mydb dot cursor. Now we have our cursor. So a is basically our cursor. Now we are going to use that cursor to execute our queries. Okay friends, so I have already made the video in detail how to connect or how to create the cursor, also how to basically configure the MySQL server. Okay friends, so I will mention that link also inside my description box. You just watch that video also. Okay friends, so here we create our cursor. Now we are going to use this cursor for executing our queries. So a dot execute, as I told you, we are going to create the table. So table name is distance. So create table, the distance is the name of our table, and inside that table we are going to create the two fields. Okay, so first one is date time, which is a varchar and 255, and another one is distance. Okay, so distance is also varchar and 255. Okay, now simply run the code. Okay friends, and as you can see, we have not get any error. It means we have successfully create our table. So if I open our GoDaddy control panel, and if I go with the PHP myadmin, okay friends, it's opening our PHP myadmin. So this is what our PHP myadmin, and as you can see, this is what our database. Okay, so freedom tag, click on the freedom tag, and here as you can see we have successfully create our table using Python. Distance is our table, and inside that table if I open, as you can see we have got the now two fields. The first one is date time and next one is distance. So we have successfully created a table, also the fields inside the table, date time and distance. Okay, now we want to insert some data inside that fields, inside the date time and distance. Okay, so simply I am going to again open our Thony Python IDE, and this time I am going to just comment this a dot execute line for creating table, because we don't need anymore this query. Okay, now we are going to insert some data. So I am going to use here again a variable for creating the query. So SQL is just a variable. Again, you can mention any variable friends. Okay, so SQL is just a variable. Then we are going to fire the query. So insert into distance. So distance is again our table, so we are going to insert data inside the distance. For that, insert into distance, and where we want to mention the data. So as I told you, we created the two fields. So date time and distance is our two fields, and inside that the format of data is like this way: value ampersand s and ampersand s. Because of we have only two fields, so we want to mention the only uh, uh, two format. Okay, as just two values. Okay friends, not just a format, just two values. So value is basically the ampersand s and ampersand s. That's it. Now the data, so data is again, I have created a data is just a variable, and inside that data we are going to mention the date time. For that I have import here from date time, import date time. Okay, then here as you can see friends, now is basically date time dot now, then date time is now dot strf time, and this is what our time format, hours, minute and second. Okay, so I have used this, I have called basically this variable here. Data is basically this date time, and 23 is just a manual value for our distance. You can, after that you can just get the data from your node MCU USP 8266 with connected with your distance sensor. Okay, so now I have just called any just variable. Okay, it is just a value for distance. Okay, so data is basically now date time, and this is what our distance, 23 centimeter. Okay, then after we are going to use here a dot execute. So what we are going to execute, a dot execute, we are going to execute our query. So SQL is basically now our query, because inside that SQL we have our MySQL query, and inside the data we have our data, date time and 23. That's it. So a dot execute SQL and data. Okay, then we are going to commit. So we are going to commit a mydb dot commit for saving the data inside the fields. So mydb dot commit, that's it. Now if I run the code, our data will save inside our table to localhost, to our GoDaddy host. Okay, so just run it and we don't get any error, it means we have successfully inserted our data. So if I open our phpMyAdmin and just refresh the page, and as you can see friends, we have our data inside the fields. Again if I run the code, and if I go here, just refresh the page, and again we have our second entry. So this is the way friends you can create the database. Also you can give the permission to send your data localhost to the GoDaddy online host or GoDaddy online MySQL database. Okay friends, this is really helpful, and I hope you will learn something from this video. We will meet our next video. Till then, thank you, take care, and bye bye.